everybody, this is Mrs. Gruen, one of the 8th grade English teachers at Beck this year, and I just wanted to take a few minutes of your time to really walk you through how to get onto Canvas, how to use Canvas for our class, and a few things like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to mykatie.katieisd.org, also known as the Katie Cloud, and I'm going to log in. When I log into the Katie Cloud, my username is going to be my ID number. The password will be given to you at student check-in. You will have access to that before. The password and username that you use for My Katie Cloud is going to be the same as Canvas and the same as pretty much anything else you do when you're using a school account. So I'm going to log in. Once I log in, my goal is to get to Canvas. Now, if you have been using Canvas recently and you got there from My Katie Cloud, you'll see this red tile pop up. If you don't see a red tile on your My Katie Cloud homepage, you're going to go to the magnifying glass and you are going to type in Canvas. And then you can click on the red tile and it will take you automatically to Canvas. Now, like I just said, it's going to be the exact same username and password as before. If this is your personal device that nobody else shares, click Stay Signed In. If you are sharing a computer with somebody else in your family who also uses Canvas, don't click that button because you're just going to be fighting with them all the time. And they may be able to get into your stuff and you don't want other people getting into your Canvas account. Okay, and then we hit Login. All right, now it's the beginning of the year. You may have these big windows like that at the top, but usually when you log in, your dashboard will look something like this. It's going to have your courses up here at the top. Now, you should have a Canvas course for every single class you're taking: math, science, social studies, English, and whatever electives you've selected. But there is a chance that your course that you are looking for, so let's say that you are looking for a math class and you don't see it here. There's a way to get it back. It's not that the course doesn't exist, it just means that it's not a favorite yet. So if you go to My Katie Cloud and then to Canvas and you log in and you're not seeing the course you need, go over here to this tab on the left. You're going to click Courses, and then you're going to scroll down and click at the bottom, All Courses. Now you will see here we have a list of all the courses, and it even has like old courses that you used to be in. What you should notice is that to the left of the course title, there is a star. It will either be empty or it will be gold. You want your current classes to all have a gold star in order for them to show up on the home page. So for example, I have this old course of mine called Book Love. I want it to show up on my home page now or on my dashboard. So I'm going to click the star to make it gold. Then I'm going to click back to my dashboard. When I get back to my dashboard, sure enough, here is the course called Book Love. And now I'll be able to find it every time. I don't have to ever click that orange star again. It will automatically be there. Now, let's say I go into Book Love and then I finish up everything that I need to do here and I decide that, you know what, I want to go work on another class now. There's two ways I can get to another class. I can either click the dashboard button and go back there and it'll take a couple extra steps, or I can click the Courses tab and I can click on the title of that course right away. Right now, I'm going to go to Gruen Playground. Give me a second while I make this look more like what you'll see. Okay, so this is what your English classes are going to look like. Okay, I created this fake class to look exactly like our English classes. Your homepage at the very top will have a section for announcements. Announcements are kind of like if you've ever used one of those Remind services or something like that. It's like Remind, but it's all done through Canvas. So you don't actually have to sign up for anything new. Announcements are really important this year because you will get an announcement from your teachers every morning giving you the link to that day's Zoom class. So you really want to make sure you pay attention to these. If you cannot see all the announcements you need, because it's only going to show up to 3 at a time, go over here and click on the announcements for that class. And if I had more announcements in here, it would show every announcement I've ever posted. Okay. Other things on the home page for our ELA class. This is going to be the same little header that you'll see in every class that you have. There's going to be a button to take you to modules. Modules are basically folders. Every single thing we do on Canvas is going to be in a module. There's a button to take you to the textbook. We really won't use that much. There's another button to take you to announcements. You can click down here or you can click on the left. There's this really important button called Grades in HAC or Home Access Center. Never, ever, ever judge your grade by what you see in Canvas. Canvas is not always accurate. For example, let's say we have a 5-question quiz. The first 4 questions are multiple choice. Great. Canvas will automatically grade that for me. Question number 5 is a short answer response. Canvas can't grade that for me. So when you finish, it may say that you got 4 out of 5 questions correct. Don't panic. You didn't get question number 5 wrong. I still need to go and grade it. So that's why we don't pay attention to our grades in Canvas. We look at our grades in Home Access Center. Then there's also a button for My Katie Cloud. Off to the right, you will be able to see your to-do list in this class. So you can see that I have a whole bunch of Zoom meetings scheduled for all my classes. You can also view the course calendar above that, and I'll talk more about the calendar later. What's going to be really important, and let's actually go back and look at modules real quick. When you go into modules, you will see, they'll usually have a little bit more than this, but you'll be able to click on things and you'll be able to go through and complete your assignments, okay? We're going to have a module for Unit 1. We're going to have a module for Unit 2. Everything's going to be organized in these folders, so please pay attention to dates and headers under that. Also on the left is the syllabus. Now, when you first click on this, and this is a really important too, it's going to ask you to log in or authorize. So that way you can view Google Drive content on here. Anytime you need to log into Google for school, you must use your school Google account. So I would click authorize, and it's not going to work here because I'm pretending I'm a student, but I would click authorize, and then it would ask me to log in, and I would put my ID number, blah, 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 at students.kdisd.org. Then I would log in with my regular password and I would hit authorize or accept. And then it would look like this. Okay, so in my course syllabus, and here the image will reload in a second, you'll be able to see the slideshow that I created for our syllabus this year, and you'll be able to interact with it without ever having to leave Canvas. Okay, now let's say you've been missing announcements a lot. You're not getting the notifications, it's driving you crazy. There's a couple of things you can do. Over here on the left, we're going to click Account. We're going to go to Settings. In Settings, you can, over on the right, add ways to contact. It will automatically have your school email address. If you do not have a school email address, or you do have one, but if you don't know how to get to it, please add a personal email. You can also add a phone number. So you can add your cell phone number. You would then select what carrier it's on, and then you would hit register SMS. It will send you a test email or a text message, and then you'll be able to get text notifications about things in class. Once you've added an email address and or a phone number that works for you, go back to notifications over here. And under notifications, you'll be able to set what kind of notifications you get. You may, for example, want to get notifications about due dates. You can choose to never get that notification, so you would click the X. You can click the calendar button to get a weekly summary, so you'll get 1 email a week about all due dates. You may want a daily summary, which is probably a little bit better, which means they'll give you an email at the end of the day about any new due dates. Or you may want an email every single time. You're going to want an email each time an individual teacher adds a due date, in which case you would hit just the check mark. So you can toggle these to your preference. One thing I would absolutely do, I would make sure that for an announcement, you get a text and you get your email and your email that you're always checking. That way you never miss an announcement. Anything else is kind of up to you. I would also recommend getting an email automatically when you submit an assignment, so that way you have that verification, because sometimes you may not know. But this is entirely up to you. But absolutely, if you were someone who tends to forget things, where you check your cell phone a whole lot more than your email, add your cell number, get those notifications. Over here on the far left, underneath our account, our dashboard, our courses, is the calendar. The calendar is where you're going to look for due dates and everything else for every single class you take. So right now, if you look on the right, I have a bunch of gray boxes, and then the only one that's filled in is Growing Playground. That means the only calendar events I'm seeing is for this one class. If I wanted to see a calendar event for the book club thing that I added, I would click that. And if I had any calendar events, if I had any due dates or announcements or whatever it may be coming up, it would show up in a gray box. This is where you're going to know when assignments are due, aside from checking in the modules. So hopefully this is helpful. And please, please, please go through, make sure all your courses are favorited for this semester, and make sure you're going to get the notifications that you need to be successful.